and let the righteous rebel. All praises. I'm coming out of this Apocrypha. You know what I'm saying? This was in the 1611 King James Bible that the Protestants took out. So I wanna break something down. I'm gonna call this brothers man up in these last days, right? Brothers man up in these last days. I'm specifically talking to brothers that's moving in these last days, righteous men that's standing, you know, holding it down as much as possible. But sometimes we can fall short based off different challenges that we face. And one of the major challenges that we always face throughout history is the beauty of a woman, right? Nothing wrong with the beauty of the woman, but we shouldn't be caught up head over heels over the beauty of a woman, especially if she ain't this type of woman. This is the book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiastes 26, and we're gonna read verse 1. Blessed is the man that has a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double, right? So the number of this righteous man's days, it'll be double based upon what type of wife he got, because she gonna be fruitful and play her place while he'll excel, because she gonna allow him to play his, or she gonna fall back when he plays his place, right? She's not gonna complain. She's not gonna say, but what about me? You know what I'm saying? She's gonna submit to the righteous man's will and understanding, right? Because why? She know that he's following the Most High Son, right? And that's a beautiful thing. That's something you can submit to, right? Because if the word is moving through the from the Father to the Son, and from the Son to the men, then that word that's coming down from that man, given to his wife, that virtuous wife, she can receive that, right? This is why the Bible says in 2 Peter's, right? I believe chapter 2, it talks about Sarah, that she took heed to Abraham, right? Abraham's wife took heed to his voice, right? But then we got a wicked Eve, and I'm gonna get to that. We had a wicked Eve in Genesis chapter 3. Did she take heed to Adam? No, she took heed to the serpent. So this is the battle. This is the real battle, my brothers. You know, we got to have a certain amount of discernment to understand and to know what type of women we're dealing with. Are we dealing with a spirit-filled woman, you know, who understands the order of how the Most High set it up, right? Because that's a blessed woman. That's a woman who's blessed. That's a woman of understanding, a woman that take heed to her man, right? But then you got this woman, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and read real quick. It says 22, a harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married man, or salaki, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband, right? And that married woman, and that married woman ain't just talking about one who is married but not submitting to the brother, you know what I'm saying, all out of order, all over the place, you know, want to do her own thing. She's independent. She's like in and out, independent, and then she want to submit, then independent, then want to say, what James chapter 3 say? Or is it 2? I don't have my Bible on me. What James say? James says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You can't be independent and then want to jump back in into submitting to your husband, man. You know, that's out of order according to the Bible, right? And so this woman, this woman right here, the virtuous woman, is in 22. He's talking about. But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband, right? Because death, when he talk about death in this context, death is in 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion. So a wicked woman represents death. You know, you can read that in Proverbs as well. She draws that man unto death. And that death can be in many shapes, forms, and different ways, right? Anything to get the brother off balance, away from life, which is the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Because in him is life, you know. If she gets you away from life, then that means you are separated from life, and you are engaging into death. And these are the women you got to watch out for. I don't care if they're religious, you know, they can play that part, they can play the religious part, they can do all that, but that's why we need discernment as men and man up. We need to man up in these last days, you know, because the enemy is raising up, you know, these type of soldiers specifically to take down the men, right? Look at this. Let's prove that. This is verse 19. My son, keep the flower of thy age sound. Keep the flower of thy age sound, man. Keep your youth, you know what I'm saying? That's your strength. The flower is your strength, your glory, your where you blossom at, right? And give not your strength, there you go, see? And give not your strength to strangers, right? We shouldn't give our strength to strangers. You know, if we don't know, you a stranger if we don't have true fellowship through the word, right? If it's just love, what is love? You know, how can it really be love if we both ain't on the same mind according to the scriptures? And you taking heed, you in order, I'm in order to the Father and to the Son, right? You know what I'm saying? And then she's in order, and then which will make the kids in order, right? But if we constantly in conflict, you know, you in the spirit, I'm in the spirit, you in the flesh, you know, then you get me out the spirit, I get in the flesh, then all of a sudden you get in the spirit. Like, all that stuff is chaos and nonsense. So when this Bible says, my son, keep the flower of thy age sound. Keep it sound, man. Keep yourself. And give not your strength to strangers. See, a lot of brothers out here giving their strength to strangers, right? Strange women. You know what I'm saying? Strange women, man. You know, sound good, you know. I done fell into a situation like that with you know, this one chick, you know. It was one chick that, you know, I only knew her for a few days, and you know, I damn near about to get my strength, and I realized it, you know, and I broke loose. I said, oh no, I see what you're doing, and we talking about just on a conversation level. Like, the thing is, we can't express ourselves too much. If we, man, and I know we haven't learned this. We haven't learned a lot of this because we've been raised, most of us been raised up by mothers alone. Most of us been raised up by men, then men who are not on a righteous scale or on a righteous level, are men who are ignorant to the truth. And these are people that we have surrounded ourselves around for years. And so we get those type of tendencies as well, man. You know? And so but real man ain't about to express himself all the time. You know what I'm saying? Pillow talking and all that, man. Real men ain't about to do all that stuff. And we got to learn that. And the way you learn that is through the scriptures, right? This is how you learn it. What's this right here? It says, as the golden pillars are upon the sockets of silver, so are the fair feet with a constant heart, right? And it says, talking about the beauty. Verse 20, when thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, right? Now that fruitful possession is the lady you choose, right? So I like how it says through all the field, right? So you go through all the field. It's like a farmer. He'll go through all his crops. He'll go through all the fields to find that best one. When thou hast given or gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thy own seed. Sow it with your own seed, right? When you find that out of all the field, you go through all the field, you find that possession, you sow it through your own seed. What is your seed? You. You know, what comes out of you? Your seed. The man is the seed carrier. And the woman is the one who nurtures and grows that seed in her. Her body is the soul, is a soil of the ground, and you are the seed sower. Or you are the one who plants your seed into that fervent ground. Now sometimes it ain't fervent, so that's why you got to have discernment. You got to know. You know, am I benefiting or if I'm investing all my time and effort and you know, heart to this individual, this woman or this man, you know, is it a good investment? You know what I'm saying? Trusting in the goodness of your stock, right? So you got to trust in what you invested in is right. You know what I'm saying? And it's of the Lord and not just of your of you. Because a lot of us, you know, sometimes we want to sit back and relax after fighting for so much in these streets, you know, fighting so much in your workplace, you know, especially, you know, being a so-called Negro. There's a lot of things to fight. So then by the time you get to the house, you want to, you know, kick back and you know, get soothing by your wife, man, or by your wife, right? And you know, you don't want a war in your house. You already got 10 other type of different wars that you got to face every day. So, you know, he says, verse 21, so your race which thou leave shall be magnified, having the confidence of their good descent, right? And that's dealing with your own people. You know, a lot of us got those twisted desires to go off and start messing with all different different nations, you know, and integrate with different nations. But we're not nation. You can't nation build when your half of your nation is dealing with different nations. How can you really nation build? You can't. It's impossible. Let's finish right here. Salaki. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. So if you're a righteous man, then you just going in the flesh, dating a wicked woman. The Lord ain't gave you that. That's not your portion. A wicked woman is a portion for a wicked man, right? And they search out for those wicked men. They love those thug type of brothers that you know, rough them up, rough their feathers up. You know what I'm saying? Beat on them. That's their portion. Why? Because they're looking for that, you know? I used to always wonder back in the day, why these women keep chasing, you know, brothers that try to just knock your head off. until I read this scripture right here. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that fears the Lord, right? And if she fears the Lord, she gonna respect you on the highest level because she know that you a righteous man, and she know that you are following the Lord, so she can follow you. And if she ain't doing that and want to be independent, but be in a relationship, she out of order, you know. If she want to try to rule over the man, you know, when the Bible strictly is against that. You know, there's a lot of older men I've seen out on the streets, family included, who have that spirit, man, that Ahab spirit. You know how Ahab was. You know, Jezebel was over Ahab. Everything he did, it had to be. Everything he did, he had to report to Jezebel before anything. You know what I'm saying? He had to report to Jezebel about anything and everything, matter of fact. You remember when Elijah killed all the prophets, the false prophets? Who did he go tell? Instead of being a king and a man and keeping that to himself, because he's the king, you know. But who he go tell? He go tell Jezebel. That's what we went to go tell, and then she sent that witchcraft on Elijah to where he running all over the place, seeking for a rescue. See? Hey, man, you don't want that Ahab spirit. That Ahab spirit is a soft spine, marshmallow spine type of individual, man. That's the worstest spirit you can have, brothers. Man up or man down. That's it. Man up or man down in these last days, because it's gonna get heavier every day. You know, they got their eyes on who's the alpha male, because that, matter of fact, when you go back into history in the Willie Lynch letter, that's who they were seeking out for. The oppressors was really seeking out for the alpha male to torture him in front of all his peers and family as an example not to mess with or not to rebel against this system. See? You know? And then the woman, the mother or the daughter, or most likely the mother, would teach that young boy, after she seen what she saw, which is that alpha male being tortured, she will teach that young man to be fully submissive to the system, you know what I'm saying, and do not rebel against master. Y'all can fight each other all you want, but do not rebel against master, because I don't want to see you like this. And throughout the ages, man, that's we've been getting softer and softer, and it's only by this truth, by the word of truth, that the Lord is building up an army of soldiers again. You know, come Rosh Hashanah. And that's a beautiful thing. You know. Is there any more?